So, hello. I will try to explain most of my steps while playing that match. We're playing free for all as Corrino, and we are playing with Sicher with Aaron Sham. In my opinion, the two best advisors for Corrino. Jissa helps us to make specialized industry, and we can build one more building of every type, every village building, but we have to take care about the plus 50% salary upkeep if we don't build a copy of another building. So it's kind of important to really do that double building stuff then. And Aram Shem, the best thing is that we get an additional training slot. Also our infantry units are cheaper and have a little bit less power and health. But all in all, it's very... Yeah, some guys even consider that as imbalance at the moment. But... yeah, it's depending on what enemies you're playing against, because there are many possibilities to defeat your mass infantry spam. So we start with army logistics to have more output from our pillaging, and we heal after we pillage the village, and so we can go further into the land to pillage more villages while we heal up at every point. Otherwise we would have needed to go back at some point. So now we need to check what traits we have. Scientist is perfect for the start. This is also great. And we have to check which villages we will want to pillage, because if we pillage a village, we have higher authority cost to annex it, and so we need to get sure not to pillage the wrong villages. They get cheaper again after a specific time, but yeah. So this is something I would like to pillage. It's not that important. With Corrino, I start always with a harvester building and then go for Blitzkrieg, because we have pretty high spice upkeep, spice taxes, and we want to make sure that we are able to pay every taxes. So this is also something, there's nothing specific about that village. The traits are okay, not great, but okay. But so this is a perfect place to pillage. I start always with 3 ornithopters to get fast the information about the areas around me, so I can make a bit better decision about which village I want to take next. Also, I want to find the polar thing soon. It should be in the middle here, and maybe we are lucky and have the village close to us. Okay. We put our first agent into Arrakis for the extra authority, especially, and we can absolute point of interest. Let's do that first. So we make a second building of the same type. There are no great point. Oh, this is okay. Influence for the land thread. We found the polar sink and the village is pretty close to us. Let's check what we have between us. But we also could move with our units from here to here. This shouldn't be a problem. So we got our army logistics. Now I go for solid materials and advanced engineering, especially for the advanced engineering, giving us +5 resource production per extra building in our villages. So we are anyway going for the polar sink when we have enough authority. So this means we can pillage everything around here at least one time. As you can see, there is a cooldown. 80. This devastated is 11 days, so I can pillage it again in 11 days. But the hostility from that village is for 80 days. It's quite long, so you have to expect this and consider this when you are going to pillage. If you really want to have that village, I wouldn't in the next 80 days. Yeah, then it would be a shame if you make it double as expensive. So, what do we need? This is anyway for everyone, and this is good for us for pillaging, but as well for smugglers and fremen. We could go for statecraft, that are anyway building techs we want to have. So we put our standard votes into that project. So we have the scientists here, and we want to use that. At the moment, we struggle with... Oh, and in case we really want to go for the polar sink, it's difficult. Let's do that still first. And then we go for water trade. This is now a problem you have to engage, because we have two different targets. We have, with our decision to get statecraft 50% faster, we want to go for the statecraft tax. But for the polar sink tactic, we want to build 2 extractors, water extractors, 1 administration, and our special eco building there. We need the water trade for that this works correctly. And there's our trouble. We can't put all our tax on everything at the same time. Research labs are pretty expansive in the upkeep with 16 Solari. So it's wise if you have something like that here. This is giving you 20 Solari for each research hub. And if there would be scientists, that would be awesome. But anyway, for Corrino, it's totally okay, because Corrino can still make 2 research labs there. And yeah. So this is also for Corrino a very great village. So we got our Lancet units, we got the statecraft attack speed. So we stop that just to get the extra bonus. I consider that as more important at the moment. So we need 160 still. Not 28. Takes a while. We can go first for that. Although this, we will stop pillaging that, because maybe we want to have that indeed for the future. If we don't go for the special eco building, it might help that we have some extra plascrete, because Corrino isn't able to make maintenance centers, which will reduce the upkeep of your buildings. And so it's always a little bit more painful for Corrino to make that special eco building. Since we are Corrino and we always want to have that plus 30 authority production, we go and change it to all factions, so we get more sure to achieve that, because more guys will want to vote for that. Our army is pretty far away from our village, so I put some militia in that. We have also the option to get that spice field, and in this case it might be a good idea to go for the spice field instead first, as a last thing, because we are taking that statecraft development extra speed, and yeah, it takes a while until we get to the water trade. This is a problem, or what means problem? It's not a problem. This is the cool thing about Dune Spice Wars, because you're permanently changing your decisions because of that new information you get. Well, okay, we go further into pillaging. As you can see, our eco is okay. It's not on gaining Solari by our economy, but more from our pillaging. But either way is totally okay, totally fine. Can even go here for another research hub. And at least our research speed is pretty great. We have a worm here, we need to go to the village closer until this high mark disappears. Sometimes a little bit annoying. Wait a little bit until we pillage that, we can heal, and we wait anyway for the worm. Here we get another influence, and we got an event. So we won't liberate a village in the near future, and we anyway don't want to lose our lands right standings. So we are going for that event. And let's check. Could go for either Spacing Guild or Chom. Both are good in that moment. We need always more manpower. We get rebellion soon, but that's fine. This is fine. So also I guess we don't need to support anything of that. We want to get treaties for that. We don't want to have that lance red punishment.
Yes, Majesty. Received.
We do our next fuel cell factory after that, refinery. Let's get the spice before. Always check if you can pay your taxes. It looks fine. You can change your vehicle for that. There's something not in your favor at the moment. We got enough influence again. This is something I want to investigate with my military units, not by my agents. This is why I didn't take that. This is the same reason. We got... This is maybe the better solution than this one. There's still a mineral field here. Also, we get recruitment. This is great. So we can pillage that village close to our main building. Yeah, our units just disappeared. This is not going into our favor at the moment. Also, the rebellion isn't helping at the moment. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Closey bet posy. Let's see. Let's heal a little bit before we go for the rebellion, because totally damaged. This isn't helpful for us as well. Yeah, the problem is everything is stopped here right now. We had the information about the rebellions, and we know we will get it still. We're gone for that village, and so this is a punishment for that. So this is always something you need to consider. Would have prepared for that. So now we can go for the water trade. We're earning a lot of authority. 184 is the cost. This is fine. We're great on that. We can also go for I would go for research center first. Get more research speed. This will help us to get the water trade even faster. Another idea would have been the admin hall to get more authority. We don't need to do anything about that. We vote for one faction, this one, and we are the strongest in voting, so this is fine. It's time to get some ornithopters for our harvesters. I usually don't do that directly at start, but the longer the match is, the better you put some ornithopters on your harvesters to get the extra spice and to get more security there. So we can already go on the move for the polar sink. And although we have 3 research hubs, we are still in the positive. And this is great. We need some wind traps here soon. And we won't take that area in the near future, so this is fine. Send him here. Get another one. Village this.
Yes, Majesty.
Your Majesty, the spice must flow.
I have more harvesters always on auto recall. You lose a little bit spice from that, but you will lose even more if they get taken by the worm, because you are probably maybe in a battle at the moment and didn't see the worm is incoming, and yeah, it's really frustrating. So there I'm a little bit lazy. If you can manage, go for that. You get extra spice, and that's great. In my opinion, it's not worse for me. If we would be able to build a second economic building, we would place it here for the extra 10% salary production. In this case, we go for the administrative hall now. Get extra hegemony and the authority. This is great. We vote that for treaties. No, we don't want any rebellions anymore, and I don't need economy, so put it this way. So we will wait for the water to take. In the meanwhile, we can send our units finally to investigate our point of interest. To be honest, it's not the optimal playstyle at the moment, but I'm really busy to explain things, and it keeps me a little bit busy. Problem might be that a treatise could choose to interfere, and we don't have the army at the moment to stop that. Let's get some extra men. Let's get all that juicy point of interest. So we got that, and we go insta for fortification, and now we can go for the extractor.
Yes, Majesty.
20 lance red standing, great. Also treaties decline, so we have no rebellions. But we have now not extra speed on economy, and military speed is also reduced. So this is why we go after that for diplomatic maneuvers and political stance, because I love the embassy. It's great for trading with your partners, with the other players, and also for land strand standing. And you get 3 extra units every time there's a voting for land threat units. Nevertheless, if you get them or not. Now, will you make it home? Run, my friend, run. I don't think so. It's also wise to get the Emperor Monument as soon as possible for the extra hegemony each day. Also, you profit from that extra bonus for districts. But I would make it depending if you're going for statecraft or military buildings in that spot, on that place, depending on how aggressive the other players are. If the other players are very aggressive, it might be useful to go for military buildings instead. But of course, you would have needed that retext here. So we got 1 water extractor. You get another one.
Yes, Majesty. Reporting for duty. It's an honor, Majesty.
Everyone is quite passive at the moment. We are not leading on hegemony right now. That is usually normal, with Corrino at least. You can do it for everyone as well. This doesn't hurt. The higher the chance that we get it. Could go for that energy for pillaging. Don't need it soon, but we will take that area for sure. There's an attack by 1 distance and 1 melee. They will be able to defend that. Still, we can slowly go for another unit there. And Since we have one building here we cannot build a copy from, we can't copy refineries, we go for the spice silo. This is also one building. It's not useful to copy, even if you could.
On the offensive. Reporting for duty. We are ready.
I told you about that hegemony problem at start. This will be better in the late game, especially for our passive income, for the monument, etc. It's important to get some rare elements soon, because the rare elements give us a place for our craft workshops for the extra hegemony. And now we go for the water trade, for the recycling bits, to get our extra 10% Solari production. And as you can see, our standard economy gets bigger. We won't stop pillaging for the extra income, but this is already a good thing. I go for the extra plus creed here, because if we finally go for our special eco building, it will boost our eco buildings, and we can pay our 300 plus creed upkeep for that building. This is important. We should have taken that now. Maybe we do it right now. Anyway, we gone in the wrong direction. Should have gone from here to here. Yeah, he's smart, he's smart. But let's punish Fremen at least for that. But we don't put everything into that. And we start with prescreed and recruitment officers to make sure we have no problem here. Also, Treatise is hard leading on hegemony, so he must be considered as our most important enemy at the moment. So now we can... We have also the Fremen here on this side. Let's see if we can steal that from him. This one. We have enough water now for getting all that sieges around. We also have enough spice to pay this point of interest. Bing, bing, bing. This was juicy. So, I would rather have the embassy there. Of course. Super far away. Never mind. Our units are already used to marching from one end to the other. And I go for the barracks now. Get the extra military development speed. So when we swap to military, we get that. Research is faster. Got it. So we stop that rebellion problem. Smuggler and Atreides will have as well that problem, so it isn't that bad for us. Only the Fremen can live without that.
All clear. Listening.
Oh, we got our lab.
On one.
Labitopter.
All clear.
Laptopter. And we need to get our 15 days with that and 2,000 Solari. This is absolutely possible. Now we can go for our extra building, our special alloy furnace, and we get 130 solar production, but we lose 300 plus grid upkeep. And since we have no maintenance center, whoa, this is a problem if I try to talk while playing. And yes, and we get plus 30% resource production of other economy buildings. Since we have 2 buildings of extractors, 2 plus grid factories, we get a lot of resources back. So let's go. Wait. Let's give that to all. Yeah, why not? And we still need the plus grid when the building is done.
Yes, Majesty.
So can we finally pillage? Yeah, I hope so. We get another raid, but sooner or later they should stop. It's also a great idea if you don't need a specific siege to pillage that. It gives a lot of Solari, but it's also annoying to pillage that because they have 8 units in that, and some good units. You need a strong army for pillaging that. Or you get a turret there to support your attack on that. This also helps a lot. So can we go for the embassy now? Yes. Great. I didn't build my secondary main base yet because I'm not sure where to place it. It is an idea to place it here. We destroy that spice field by that, but it's not on our part of the map. We can place it here, and it might be a good possibility to attack the smugglers. Although the smugglers is not the biggest enemy at the moment, I guess. And yeah, we can place it here to have here an angle, but we maybe want to have the spice field in the future. Oh, if we've gone for fuel, this would be great. And this time we can decline it. And we don't need that anymore. Let's get this. This is more important. Web. Yeah, we are fine. So, spice. We can place now our secondary main base. The cheese has the strongest force here, it seems like. We can't place any good secondary main base close to treatise. We could place it here, but as I said, we want to have that rare elements for our warcraft. For hegemony. It's no easy decision. Here we can only place if we really want to attack smugglers. He won't be happy about that. Really not. Let's go for what else do we have? When the village has at least 1 building of each type. Yeah, then let's go for research here. Or we could go for Intel. This is also great for Corrino because Corrino is pretty great. Do we want this or more research? We might. Let's take that. I want rather than more research. I guess we are not going for the hegemony victory. This can change, of course. But at the moment, it's not our plan. Our plan is to defeat Treatise and Smugglers. And then change the Fremen soon. So send them here, send them there. Get that. Research hubs. Oh, fuck. Missed that. Sadly. That would have been a great Solari bonus. When we got our military standard upgrades here, 1, 2, 3, for the extra military buildings, and we're going for call to arms. But if we got our techs here, we can start with putting our main base here. I guess I will make it here, so I have a good landing zone for those areas here. We can take this area and protect it with our secondary main base. This will be a great spot.
Let's go to work. On watch. Your Majesty, the spice must flow.
Yes, Majesty.
So we stopped pillaging that area for a while, because we want to take it sooner or later and don't want to pay the extra price. Let's take a look on Chom. House of Treatise is also on Chom, the strongest faction at the moment. So let's get Orbital Strike. It's the most important, the strongest creation from Corrino. Ah, can you escape? Yeah. Great. Oh, we want this? Yeah. We have to strike a treatise. That is a problem at the moment. Sooner or later. Yeah, maybe. Do we want to attack the smugglers before? That's the question. The smugglers is giving us a tribute. This is great. This annoying place. Can't move through that area. Every unit moving through that area will die except air units. Let's see, what do we need? I would say we go for statecraft more, because it also gives us manpower in this case.
We serve the Imperium. On the offensive.
If units to defend that, no problem. We also could go for the secondary main base here. Then we have no conflict with the smugglers. And we soon need more energy for our artillery drones. It's a hard decision to which village you want to take, since you have so less authority.
We serve the Imperium. We are listening, Majesty.
Can buy a little bit to make it more expensive for the treaties as well. And we have the Solari, so why not? Do we want to take that area or do we want to wait? What we definitely want to have is this one.
Yes, Majesty.
So Smuggler is going for that area there. Maybe destroying our chance to land our base there.
On duty.
Yeah.
We obey. It's an honor, Majesty.
We won't be there in time, looks like.
We are ready.
This unit wasn't in a heal region.
Ready.
So that happens if you wait too long for
In our duty.
interfering, make a decision.
Coordinating the attack. Focusing on target. We serve the Imperium. Yes, Majesty. For the Imperium. We won't. Agreed. On duty. Reporting for duty.
Let's retreat for a while,
On the
build enough
serve the
units.
Reporting for duty. We obey. Following orders. We obey. We are listening.
He's doing well with that.
We serve the Imperium.
Need to retreat for a while.
Ready for instruction. Reporting for duty. Yes, Majesty. For the Imperium. Following orders.
It would have been much easier if we would have done that correctly from start on taking that village.
Reporting for duty. On the offensive. Wheel over. Yes, Majesty. Reporting for duty. We obey.
Now he's trying to fortificate that.
We are ready. We serve the Imperium. We'll march there. We won't fail in our duty. We serve the Imperium. We are listening, Majesty. We are ready. At your service. We are ready.
He's poisoning our reserves.
We'll march there. At your service. Listening. Received.
This might be annoying siege what we have there now. Especially with not enough unit there, and if I don't build an airfield. Oh god.
For the Imperium. Focusing on target. Ready. We're on it. We'll secure victory. Received.
So the worm finally disappeared. Can support with orbital strike to make sure he doesn't want to stay there for any longer.
We serve the Imperium. Yes, Majesty. Yes, Majesty.
Spice
Yeah, that's the plan, indeed.
Reporting for duty.
Trying to make some politics. Why is that the case? I really would like to be closer to that region.
Reporting for duty. We are ready. We obey. Yes, Majesty.
So, yeah,
We're on it.
he doesn't like that tactic. Yeah, that is absolutely his problem in this case. I know it feels not great, but he had the chance to take that area much earlier. He could have fortified it in any case. He was forging his own luck. Let's go, yeah, let's put some more.
We are ready. Yes, Majesty.
So this time now all that regions are a little bit cheaper for authority cost,
At your service.
and we need to go soon for treaties because he's still our main target. He's leading on hegemony, he's leading on Chom,
We serve the Imperium.
and so there can be only one solution. So now it's time to get our infantry upgraded. I usually go for this too, to make them stronger and not getting trouble into fighting into melee. So there are no real ranged units anymore. And just boosting that, guys. And usually there's no one playing mech units, so I usually go for that. And yeah, depending the start, I go for more power. If I go in for the main buildings, for the enemy main buildings, I will go for extra armor breaking stuff. So we have finally an opportunity to land our units. Now we have a great striking force. Let's see how fortified that areas are. One turret at each place, but they don't support each other. There might be a turret, but there isn't. So then this area would have been the more difficult to take. So military tech is reduced, so we can go now for the energy markets and the economic lobbying for the extra eco building in the main base to get also these 2 slots with eco buildings. We have anyway time for that because we want to finish our military buildings first. Yeah, but we should go when we got our operations for that treaty space here. Let's get the recruitment center first. Let's get maybe a little bit more melee. We can now try to make peace with the AI, so they don't attack us in the meanwhile.
Awaiting order.
Damn, I'm pretty sure I forgot that event about the laptop there. But that's... So we got friendly sieges. A controlled special region, I'm not sure how many we have. Not that many, I guess. Let's make sure we have enough energy. Yeah, we have one special region. This is not important at the moment. What's the other one? Operation cost. Could take that. So, yeah, I guess we are ready to go. Let's see. Usually you should, of course, send one ornithopter first to scout enemy army. Let's go. There's the enemy army coming. But even capture ship, so he's pretty strong. We might even lose that battle. So we send this guys on. Now let's get the upgrades. Yeah, this is not going great. But that's only our first wave. But we also could go for kind of... Let's do it here. Let's get our spaceship building here. Get our last military building. Get new operations. Might need one artillery drone at least more, maybe two.
Yes, Majesty.
I'm here.
Tree seems to be happy with that situation, that he just survived that, and he's pretty hard on. We might considering getting Fremen into that battle. So we got a new army. New round, new luck. So we go for more artillery drones now because he has a lot of ranges and we want to deal with that.
Reporting for duty.
Or maybe we can steal this time from him.
We are ready. We are listening, Majesty. We are ready. Yes, Majesty. Yes, Majesty.
Yes.
Reporting for duty.
Step forward.
We are listening, Majesty.
Yes.
So we place them a little bit behind. We made stronger militia units.
Just say the word. I'll take care of it. Have you made a decision? Taking position.
We are ready. We serve the Imperium. See, we won't fail in our... We serve the Imperium.
This time this works better, I guess.
We won't fail in our duty.
Lose some men, but this is all in good. We have less Lancer standing than him. That they have a lot of armor versus us. Let's get new stuff. can use our new units to defend our rebellions. Oh, there's a... let's defend this first. I mean, Atreus has the same problem as we do. Can he give us at least that?
Let's get to business.
Yeah, this is annoying. This rebellion hit us hard. I mean, at least the storm killed some of that, guys.
At your service. We serve the Imperium. We serve the Imperium. Yes, Majesty. Ready.
Phoebus is one of that guys who isn't doing anything, or that are just the rebellions, I guess.
Caller on report. All clear. Harvester.
And you always have to expect a match where players are in who don't do anything to stop the players from winning. That's normal. Oh, this is annoying. God, never mind. Don't care about that. You need to stop that. The treaties from getting more. Ah. You're thinking about a new turret now, yeah. As I predicted. It might be a good idea to stop that. And get a military base instead for the extra 20%. Oh, we could have gone on that instead. Never mind. Let's change it back. This was stupid. Let's stay on that admin hall here for the...
Yes. Okay.
So we have a new squad.
At your service.
I'm here.
Yes, Majesty. It's an honor, Majesty.
And there's still rebellion. We have a little bit of time.
I'm on the clock.
We are listening, Majesty. Coordinating the attack.
This capital ship is so strong.
Yes, Majesty. Ready. Reporting for duty.
Oh god. Sure, that's something we really need. Smugglers who breaks this treaty with us. No. Let's get rid of some buildings.
We won't fail in our duty. We are ready.
Hey, this.
We serve the Imperium.
we can put this on the treaties, this will greatly help. Oh, he is so much. Solari. Sadly, Fremen is not doing anything at all. Not this one. Oh, please. Micro is sometimes a problem if you can't click correctly. Ah, he's removed. Are you really sure about that, smugglers? Get away. We have good armor here, that's not the big problem. So we took that area. Let's start making some. Now this will be hard to hold. He's microing well his units into the Kraken every time a unit would die. Luckily they don't heal in there. Oh, smugglers, this is annoying. Don't want to take care of you while I'm fighting the strongest player on that match. At least we have a turret fighting for us. This is pretty good helping. And we took a little bit from Atreides away. God, this is annoying. So annoying. Especially, I'm not sure if Fremen is doing anything. Huh? Oy, oy. How did I deserve that? And we have enough time to take care of smugglers. We are so close to his main base that we can kill him pretty soon when we have taken care of Atreides.
We are ready. Ready. We'll attack. We are ready. Ready for instruction.
Taking out one turret is a good spot. Can send someone into melee. He tries to split. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good Atreides player.
At your service. Received.
Now let's get the possibility to send our units faster into the battle. Now it's time. Oh, retreat! Retreat! At once! So, how's Atreides?
Vice crew reporting. Let's go.
Back to work. Still didn't get this one. And we have a good eco. Let's put at least 2 militia there. Okay, this is wow. Atreides is still gaining. The smuggler isn't stopping to annoy. Do about this. We have some units here.
We are ready. We serve the Imperium.
So we got another place. Fortificated. See, we need to take out that special region.
Yes, Majesty. On duty. We are ready. We won't fail in our duty.
Yes, usual normal units there. Maybe we can make with that
We serve the Imperium.
units
Understood.
preparation on
On it.
this area far behind, while our main forces go for the other. Can we go for no, still not. Maybe we should even trade. Oh, governorship. Our factions.
Reporting for duty.
So then send them there. Can get rid of this. More intel again.
We serve the Imperium.
Subach Kuha. How is Arrakis treating you?
We are listening, Majesty. Yes, Majesty.
Okay. Almost expected that. We just swapped to another region. In this case.
Reporting for duty. Yes, Majesty.
Hate when they do that.
We serve the Imperium.
Whoa, still. Oh, still have been.
Yes, Majesty.
This annoying smuggler is just too.
Let's get to business.
Can you please stop now? Thanks. Great.
We are listening, Majesty. We'll march there. Reporting for duty. We won't fail in our duty. We are listening,
Oh.
Majesty.
Can I need to place. Can they survive until they reach that?
We are listening, Majesty.
More or less.
Yes, Majesty.
More or less than more annoying. Oh. Oh. Can't see us. Wow, we soon need to go on smugglers.
Reporting for duty. Yes, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty. It's an honor, Majesty. We'll overwhelm them. We are ready.
Oh. This can be really annoying. This can be really, really fucking annoying. These worms especially.
We won't fail in our duty. Reporting for duty. We serve the Imperium.
Especially with that smugglers soon winning on hegemony isn't helping. Fremen lost his army, seems like.
We are ready.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Fremen voted for me on that. He's incoming!
We are listening, Majesty. Reporting for duty. Coordinating the attack. We serve the Imperium. Yes, Majesty. Focusing on target.
Yeah, didn't expect that, right? Can we finally get this down? This would be great. So many turrets shooting on that. Boom! Yeah, what's now, huh? Bad game. It's always a bad game if you lose. I have that feeling. Why is it a bad game? It's great. He's totally leading on a Gemini and gets attacked by 2 guys.
We are listening, Majesty.
On watch.
Yeah, we need to do something about
Awaiting order.
smugglers.
At your service, Your Majesty. Let's go to work.
On duty.
Yes?
Yeah, we don't have enough units bottom there to kill, to take out that smuggler's base. I'm not sure he can make that Gemini in 21 days. Yes, he can with the tax. 14 days. We have 14 days to take at least 1 or 2. Oh, we need to take that special region. That would help. We take that special region from him. It's safe for a while.
Yes, Majesty. We serve the Imperium. We serve the Imperium. Yes, Majesty.
We need to hurry. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, didn't see that. Can we? This is annoying. It was devastated, so I can't read from him. Can we get rid of that piece without? How annoying is that? This annoying renegades. They're rarely saving that villages.
We are ready. For the Imperium.
Move, 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 move. Need to take out some villages. Yeah, this is a problem. Usually, oh, good job.
We serve the Imperium.
Yeah. Okay. We can already start to talk about what happened in that match. Obviously, I couldn't play as well as I would, especially if I have to talk about every of my step, but it was a wish from one viewer, and I really tried my best here. So, as you could see, we really hard struggled on hegemony, although we had the monument. One fact is that we didn't get a close rare elements where we could have built the hegemony buildings. So our options were to go for Chom victory or military victory. And yeah, as you could see, Atreides was pretty great on Chom. He had like 34 in the end. And he expanded pretty great. And as you could see, he had also good micro and good knowledge of that game. So the only option was to defeat him with military. And yeah, this was also pretty hard. It became much easier when Fremen joined that. I mean, we could have won even without, I guess, but it would have taken much longer. And yeah, Smuggler left the match because of sending the Imperial base here. It would have been anyway a slow victory, a fast victory, I guess, in this case. But I decided to go for Atreides as soon as possible. Maybe I should have taken Smugglers out and were more able to focus on Atreides and not with that annoying knowledge that Smugglers could win every second because he was on 24k. Hey, maybe we can go for this village now. Yeah, we can. Yes, you can. Yeah, now Fremen decided to aid us, and Fremen had no chance to win that game unless maybe me and Atreides hit each other that hard that no one survived that pretty well, and then he could maybe make his move. So there is victory. Let's see a little bit, just for someone who wants to see that. Give a little view. You can pause that video if you want to keep looking on that. And our Solari production, as you can see, most of that Solari been our villages, but this is probably just our solar polar sink. We produce 221 water. That would make 221 Solari, as you can see here. And we get almost all of our plus creed back for that building. If we would have had a shield wall, we could have placed our experiment alloy furnace there. And Okay, yes, exactly. And as I said, hegemony was out of reach because we had no rare elements. We need to destroy our enemies. And yeah, let's say I want to say something. You can see the economic. Our embassy didn't do that great because we had not many treaties. Political stance did its job. Economic lobbies did